Yeah, my name is Dave Garfinkel. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for a company that is a government contractor, and we help people who've made poor decisions get their lives back on track, maybe help them with maybe alcohol or drug use, substance abuse, and help them find jobs. And like I said, just kind of get their lives back on track. Well, I started my career in a large accounting firm, and I had a lot of clients, and I liked clients in the real estate industry. So companies that really owned real estate, shopping centers, office buildings, things like that, and collected rents from the tenants that reside in those buildings. And I ultimately took a job with one of my clients back when accounting firms allowed you to take jobs with your clients. I had one particular client that I really enjoyed the people, I enjoyed the company and working there, and they were relocating their headquarters from Boston, Massachusetts to Chicago, Illinois. And the controller who was working for that company, she had seasons tickets with the Boston Celtics, and she didn't want to move away from her Celtics to move to Chicago. So they knew me, being intimately familiar with the books and records of the company, and asked me if I wanted to take the job and relocate from Boston to Chicago with them. So from there, I was with that company for about 5 years, and the company was sold, and I was looking for a job, and I knew somebody in Tennessee who was the chief financial officer actually in the job I'm in now. And he asked me to come down and interview for the position, which was a controller position, another position in accounting for the company. So I came down to Tennessee, interviewed for the job, and really liked the people and what the company was doing. So ended up, that was 20 years ago. So I've been in different roles in the company, but I've been with the company for 20 years now. Oh gosh, that's a great question. What I like about it, it's different every day. Um, One of the main jobs I have is raising money for the company, so that we can raise money. We call it capital. Raise money to invest into new real estate facilities, invest into new businesses, and we're a publicly traded company, so we trade on the New York Stock Exchange. And company or individuals and financial institutions will invest in our company. And so my job is to attract them, find what's attractive about our company to them, so they make investments in our company. And so when they make investments in our company, that's money that we're raising to continue our business plan. And like I said, build more real estate properties or acquire new businesses. And so a lot of that takes up my time in terms of how we're going to finance the business, or where we're going to come up with that money to continue to grow the business. I'm also responsible for, as a publicly traded company, we have to file our financial statements with government regulators. So anybody can see how our financial statements look, how we're performing. And so I oversee the accounting department and the internal controls, all the things that go into preparing financial statements. So I spend a lot of time reviewing those documents, helping to prepare those documents. I also oversee the payroll area. So we have 14,000 employees. So we pay those employees every 2 weeks. And I'm responsible for that department to make sure all of our employees get paid on time and get paid accurately. Boy, when I was a kid, I liked to play sports a lot. So I played basketball. I played a lot of baseball. I like bowling, but not a lot of those things translate well into the job. I would say I was unique, and when I took an accounting class in high school, and I really liked it, and thought that might be the career path that I wanted to take. So I took finished the accounting class in high school. When I went to college, my major was in accounting. And I really liked the teachers, both the teacher in high school as well as the teachers that I had in college, and really just liked accounting and all the things that come with it. So in accounting, you get to look at various companies and what those businesses do. And so my first job when I was in in that large accounting firm, I got to go from company to company, and I was auditing their books and records. And so I got to see different companies and how they operate and what their business plans were. So I really was unique in that I started really liking accounting and I ended up in accounting. Most people don't. Most people will start on one path and they take different branches and different roads to their ultimate career. But I was one that was unique in that I started in accounting, ended up in accounting, and really have liked it the whole time. I would say, well, again, I like the career I'm in. So I'd say stay the course, trust your instincts. I would say probably an important lesson there is to get to know people in your jobs, in the jobs that you evaluate, and make sure that they're people that you like. When you work full time, you're spending 8, 10 hours a day or more every day going into an office. We're remote working now, so I'm seeing them on video chats, but you have to really like the people that you work with, because you just do spend a lot of time, and oftentimes more time than you spend with your families. Well, I have to deal with my dog who's barking in the background constantly. There are a lot of interruptions during the day. You have to deal with different things that come up during the day that I didn't have to deal with when I was in the office. Staying in touch with people is very difficult, and that's something I really work hard at to make sure I touch base with the various teams that I work on. Because when you're in the office, that's easy. It's easy to do. You're just walking down the hall, you run into people, you'll talk about the business, you'll talk about their social life. That's gotten a lot harder working from home. When you don't have that opportunity, you actually have to go to, we use Microsoft Teams and call on people and make sure everybody's engaged and they all know what they're doing and they don't need further assistance. So that's the that's probably the hardest part that I'm not sure I've even gotten down. Here we are probably a year into the pandemic, and I'm not sure I've mastered that skill yet, but something I continuously work on.